Yeah, firstly, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Just give us an idea how excited you are to be coming across to Glasgow for this fantastic Legends match in March.
Yeah, well, it's always nice to play in these Legends games, of course, and going to Glasgow is of course a little bit special as well for me as well because I haven't been there a lot, to be honest. But I know, of course, the Rangers they've had like a lot of Dutch people in there as well, which gives me a little bit of a connection, of course, with the club as well. So I'm looking forward, to be honest, to the crowd, to the city, to be over there, of course, and to of course play this game, which is always very interesting, and it's always good to be part of it, and it's always nice to be on the pitch again as a former player, as an ex-player, and to see if I can still kick a ball.
Absolutely, yeah. Your last trip to Glasgow, I guess, some mixed memories about coming as the Feyenoord manager.
Yeah.
Well, didn't go your way that night. I guess a kind of special night in some senses, given it was just after the passing of Fernando, and a pretty special night in terms of the tributes to him.
Yeah, it's been that game was special, of course, to be there, to play, of course, against the Rangers in a particular game. But of course, with Fernando, of course, in the situation that he's been in, his illness and everything was quite hard to see. Well, for me in general, is the whole process that he's been into and now eventually ended, which was a tragic for him, of course, for his family, and of course for all the people that know him and the fans and the club that support him as well. But that's always difficult to see these situations, because Fernando, I think, was a great guy to be with as a player and also as a person. And how I know him, of course, as well. But the game that I played with Feyenoord over there, that gave it an extra, how do you call it? An extra, I can't find the word, but attention for us, for myself, and and that made it very, very special. Of course, we didn't get a result in that game, which makes it for us a little bit harder as well. But that's how it goes. Rangers at the time they've got a very good team, good players. And we weren't good enough at the day.
Yeah. How much, given you mentioned the Dutch connections that Rangers have had over the years, how much does that Ibrox atmosphere resonate back in Holland, and the fact all those Dutch players that have been, how much does that Rangers story come across back home for you?
Well, I think everybody in Holland, they know, of course, Rangers as a club, what they've been doing in Scotland throughout the years, in terms of winning trophies, being very important for the country, for the city, and winning a lot of course these trophies. And of course, Advocaat, when the manager when he went to Rangers, after that a lot of Dutch players went over there as well, like Newman, Kunteman, the Boer brothers, Mols, and maybe I'm forgetting maybe one or two, but so that has a big impact for the Dutch people as well, because we Dutch as football lovers, and we like the big clubs in Europe, in the world as well. We find it always very interesting when players go abroad, when they go to play for big clubs like Rangers is as well, and that gives them, the Rangers, but also for the players, a lot of extra attention. So that's good. So I think, well, in general, the people in Holland, they all know what Rangers has been doing, in the past, but also now, and what they have been doing for the Dutch people, of course, as well. And that's always a good feeling for us Dutch to see that we've been part of big successful clubs.
Yeah, and just lastly, how do you look ahead to the game itself? Are you in good shape? Have you much training to do ahead of the big day in March?
Well, I'm in good shape myself, so I don't know if my teammates are as well. That would be nice. No, as a former player, and we go into our 50s now, so we try to stay fit. We do some running, exercising now and then, play a little bit of football, kick a ball a little bit around. But our shape in general, in our heads, we think we can do still a lot, but physically on the pitch, then of course it's a little bit different. For me, it's good that sometimes I still play a couple of games for United as well, in Legends games, so that keeps me fit as well. But it's good, and the nice things about these games is that we, as former players, although we're not in the best shape, we always try to make it a good game. We try to win. Everybody is very competitive in what they try to do. You know, even when we're like a bit older, but that makes it good as well, and I think that makes it good fun for the fans as well to see.